Across Europe, the far-right and populist right made notable gains in the European parliamentary elections, raising questions what the political future of the continent looked like. French President Emmanuel Macron has called a snap elections after his party suffered calamitous results in EU elections, while Belgian poor general elections have led to its prime minister pledging his resignation. Marine Le Pen's hard-right National Rally Party won about 32% of the European parliamentary vote in France, a 10-point increase on the last election in 2019. So the main opposition party in France made 10-point increase compared to the votes that they had in 2019. That is to show you that the far right, or the main opposition party in France, is really exploiting the loophole that the ruling party of the French president is leaving, and they are saying that exactly which the younger generations, or the people that have elevated themselves and begin to understand that it could be that the leftists are just there for their personal interests and for their finances. Yes, because that is one thing too. Sometimes you have to look deeper to understand how politics is being run. Most of these big parties that are ruling countries, you will see that is rich individuals, private companies, private sectors that are sponsoring them. And when the private sectors are sponsoring them, or big individuals, rich individuals sponsoring them, when they get into power, it is the interest of these people that they will be forced to address first before they will start thinking to address issues that are affecting the general masses. Yeah, this is one thing that the younger generations have to learn. It is more than double less than 15% taken by Mr. Macron's centrist pro-European resonance party, according to exit poll. So the 10 points increase that the main opposition in France had is more than the less than the 15% taken by the party of the president. Mr. Macron said that he could not pretend nothing happened and admitted the EU election was no good for his government. The rise of nationalists is a danger to France and to Europe, he said. Mr. Macron is a weakened president, said Jordan Bada, National Rally's lead candidate. So the main leading candidate of this opposition party in France said that their president is a weakened president. Yes, this is just election jab. Everybody is saying what he can say. It's the same ways in Africa that we make the voters to give them more vote. Across the border in Belgium, Alexander De Croo's Liberal Party took less than 7% of the vote in the general elections. This is very difficult evening for us. We have lost, Mr. De Croo said. From tomorrow, I will be the outgoing prime minister, but we Liberals are stronger and we will be back. So what does it tell you? It tells you that in Belgium, the current prime minister is leaving office, but he is still maintaining his grounds that them that are the Liberals, they are stronger. It means that he wants to go back to drawing board. That's what I'm presuming. Learn from their failure, and so that they can be able to do better in the nearby or upcoming elections. Meanwhile, in Germany, Olaf Scholz's Social Democratic were also dealt a blow by voters as the scandal hit alternative for Germany party AfD leapfrogged them into second place. So the main nationalist party in Germany overthrew the party of the sitting prime minister in Germany by leapfrogging them to become the second in the vote that was casted yesterday. So what does it tell you? It tells you that the far right in Germany is really exploiting the loophole that the leftists are living in Germany, and that is why they are gaining more ground. That is why they came second. Speaking at the Elysee Palace, Mr. Macron said, I have decided to give you back the choice of our parliamentary future through the vote. I am therefore dissolving the National Assembly. There will be 2 rounds of voting on 30th of June and 7th of July, he added. So the French president is now dissolving the French National Assembly, calling for 2 rounds of vote on 30th of June and 7th of July for their people to cast the vote. He said he's now giving them the chance for them to cast their vote. I have heard your message, your concerns, and I will not leave them unanswered, Mr. Macron said. So this is what he's telling the general public now, that he has had their questions, their concerns, and he will not leave them unanswered. So he's trying to rebuild trust with the general voters or the general public. So while they cast their votes concerning their National Assembly on the 30th of June and 7th of July, we will see if the message he is passing to the French voters, if they are taking it, or if they are seeing it as another move just to get power to have the majority in the French National Assembly, and business will still go as usual. It is only time will tell.